today I'm back with another foundation review, and I was so excited to get my hands on this. I literally just bought it yesterday, so today I'm going to do a review, first impressions really, because it's my first time trying it, of the new Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. This just became available this autumn or fall, depending where you're from. So it's from their fall collection. It is a full coverage, long-wear, matte finish, waterproof and oil-free finish foundation. The packaging alone sparked my interest in this because this is the box it comes in, by the way. I don't want to see that, I want to see the actual foundation. This is the actual foundation. Sorry, can we just take a moment? This is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this packaging. This is fab. So quickly onto some bullet points about the foundation. Like I said, it is meant to be long lasting, it's meant to be waterproof, and it's oil free, so this would be ideal for people with normal to oily skin. I personally have normal skin, so I feel like I can kind of tell if it would be good for dry skin or oilier people. This apparently has 3 times more pigment in it than their Naked Skin foundation, which people love, but this is way more full coverage apparently. This is my first time trying it, so I'll let you know. These come in 24 shades, so I would advise you to go in and get colour matched because it's kind of hard to tell on the website what would suit you. I went for the shade 2.5, and I am, MAC wise, I'm about an NW15, NW20, NW15 really, and she matched me to 2.5. The way these shades are organised, if the numbers end in a 0, so it goes 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, those are more orangey or peachy or warm toned foundations, and then if it ends in a 5, so I'm like, it goes from 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, they are more cooler tones. So if you have a kind of a pinky or a blue or undertone, the 0.5s would suit you. And then there are some in-betweens. I know there's like a 3.25, which is more of a neutral, so if you're kind of in between a cool and a warm skin tone, there are some 0.25s that might suit you as well. But I definitely would advise you to go in and get skin or colour matched if you can in store, because you're just better off seeing them in person if you can. So like I said, these are just available now in stores. I'm from Ireland, I got mine in Debenhams. This was priced at €34, so it is more of a high-end foundation, but Urban Decay is kind of more a higher tier makeup brand, shall we say. So I'm so excited to try this on. It's on my skin now at the moment. I'll do a review all day long, probably about 8 hours, because I feel like that's kind of a working day, and that's kind of the most time you want foundation to be on your skin anyway. So next clip will be me applying the foundation, and I'll check in during the day as well to let you know how I get on with the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. So I'm just out of the shower, freshly cleansed skin. I just moisturised with a light moisturiser. I haven't applied any primer or anything because I'm going to see how this lasts without a primer. So yeah, I'll get going. For application, I'm going to use a blank canvas. This is an F20, it's just a flat top kabuki buffing brush. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to apply the product directly to the brush. I'm just going to apply, okay, this is going to be airlocked because it's my first time using it. Okay, it's coming. Okay, so I'd say that's kind of ish a full pump. So I'll start at 1 pump and see how I go. Oh, also, just to point out, I do have a spot, as you can clearly see, so I'm kind of curious to see how much coverage this will have, to see if it will cover the redness, because it actually is quite prominent on my face, so for once it's kind of handy to have a spot to see what the coverage is going to do for it. Okay, wow. I haven't even blended it in, but straight away that spot has disappeared. It's getting rid of my redness straight away. Like, I suffer from a bit of redness kind of in my nose and my cheek area, and straight away this is camouflaging it. Ooh, very excited about this coverage. Okay, so that first kind of pump, it wasn't really a full pump, but has covered kind of from my eyes down, so it's covered like the bottom 2/3 of my face. So I'm going to apply another, I'll go for another full pump. So really this is about, oh yeah, see there's more in an actual full pump. So I think maybe a full pump to a pump and a half will cover your full face. Okay, so I look a bit crazy because I've no other product on, but that has done an amazing job at coverage. Can you see the spot? You can probably see where the spot is because it is quite a lump out of my skin. It's not just a flat spot, it is risen a bit. So you can kind of tell where it is, but the redness has completely gone. The redness is completely gone from it. And as you can also see, the redness from around my nose and my chin area is gone also. So it's amazing coverage, really happy with the coverage. It doesn't feel heavy. It's kind of still setting now at the moment, so I'll leave a few minutes and see how I feel. I'll apply the rest of my makeup now also, and I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, so I've applied all the rest of my makeup. Application was fine. I kind of noted I had to blend a little bit harder. I kind of noticed in Riona's video, I actually completely agree with Riona, just the blendability does take a little bit more time because the foundation itself does dry to a matte finish, so it doesn't give as much of a smooth finish as a semi-matte finish. It is pretty matte on me. I do have highlighter on. I applied bronzer, highlighter, blusher, all as I normally would because I wanted to see how they would blend and work on top of the foundation. I had no problems at all with anything. There's no patchiness, there's nothing stuck in blotches anywhere. I also used a cream highlighter to see how a cream product would work on top of it. Worked absolutely fine. The cream highlighter I have, one second, I'll just grab it. So the cream highlighter I used is from the Riri collection by MAC. It's the Diamonds Frost Cream Colour Base, and this tends to break up other foundations that I've used. When I apply it, it kind of breaks up the foundation. I had no problems with this. This applied perfectly. So this is a cream product applied on top of the foundation. It was fine, didn't break it up. And then I topped it off with a powder. No problems with powders and blendability. It just takes maybe a little bit longer just to make sure it does blend evenly, but nothing major. Application is absolutely fine. Colour match, I feel like it is a pretty good colour match. I have heard that this foundation oxidizes. Now I've had my makeup on for about, what, it took me 20 minutes, 20 minutes to do my makeup. It hasn't oxidized or anything yet, but you'll see in the next clip if it does oxidize. So I really like the finish. I didn't apply any powder on my face at all, so the only sheen you see here is the highlighter. I haven't powdered anywhere else. That spot is covered up quite nicely. Again, you can kind of see just the risenness of it. You can't really see the redness, I don't think. So that is how it's looking. Really like how it's looking. And it doesn't feel drying. I was kind of curious about this because it's a matte finish. I was kind of worried that it would feel drying and cakey on my skin. It doesn't. It doesn't feel heavy, so I'm really excited about this foundation. So it is now 12:02, perfect timing. I kind of try and purposely time these videos so that I have my makeup done in time. So it's about 12 o'clock at the moment. I will check back in maybe halfway through the day and then again at the very end of the day to see how the foundation is staying on my skin. Okay, so it is now gone 4 o'clock. I think you can see there. Look at the cute little French bulldog. Anyway, sorry, off topic. It's 4:15, so I've had it on for about 4 hours. I'm quickly going to check in. On camera it's looking pretty good. Okay, so up close. Okay, basically I do not think it has budged. It has not moved. I'm perhaps a little bit shinier than I thought I would be along kind of the side of my nose. I think you can see here a little bit of shine coming through, nothing major. I'm just going to use, I'm not going to apply any more product, I'm quickly just going to buff it in to see. Yeah, straight away it just brings it back to what it was. So it's just kind of natural oils coming through. I'm not very hugely oily. I do like I said, tend to get a bit shiny on my chin and my nose. It probably held it better than my normal foundation would. At this stage, if you check any of my other foundation reviews, I tend to crease a lot. Whatever way I talk or smile or whatever, my smile lines, I crease here. You can see when I smile I have creasing, and I tend to crease a lot here, and I know I've just buffed in, but I definitely didn't have any of that. So it's definitely holding onto my skin, and my spot is still very well concealed. You can see there is where it is. If I turn this way you can kind of see it risen a bit, but it's definitely very much still very well covered. Yeah, it's not after breaking up in any areas that I can see at all actually. Okay, so longevity wise, 4 hours in, it's really good. Very impressed with it, because normally, like I said, I do get breakup and it's not happened yet. So very good, very happy with my halfway mark. Just very quickly, I just want to mention that I do think this foundation oxidizes. I done a swatch of it when I applied this foundation. So this is the swatch 4 hours ago, and I'll quickly do another swatch to show you in comparison how much it oxidizes. Okay, so quickly, in case you don't know what it means when a foundation oxidizes, basically oxidization is kind of like a chemical process of the product, we'll say in this case the foundation, with air. So when they mix together, sometimes when they hit the skin, it can change colour. Usually oxidation means it kind of goes a bit more orangey, a little bit darker. On the face, it doesn't look too bad. It has, since first application, I think you might be able to see before and after, it is a little darker on my face than when I first applied it, and that's why I purposely done a swatch on my arm. So this is when I apply. I know this looks very intense, but the back of your wrists are always kind of lighter than the front, you can see. So that's when I first applied it, and now I'll quickly just do one live so you can see the comparison. So I'll just come a little bit closer there now. Okay, so this is the one I done earlier and this is the one I done now. So as you can see, there is a vast difference. I hope you can tell. There's a vast difference between the one I applied 4 hours earlier and the one I just applied now. So once this sets, it will turn a bit darker to this colour. So yeah, I think that maybe is one thing to bear in mind with this foundation. It does darken a little bit. You can see now this is starting to darken a little bit. If you go into the shop, maybe do the same thing, do a swatch on your arm, go walk around for 10-15 minutes and then come back and see what kind of a colour it is. So like me, I kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to go for 2.5 or 3.5. I would advise you personally to go for the lighter shade. If you think you're a bit in between, I would go for the lighter one, because you can also always bronze that up, use your contouring to bring a bit more warmth to your skin if you feel it's a bit too pale. So yeah, if you think you're in between shades, I would suggest you go for the one a bit lighter. So it is now 4:20. I'll check in again a bit later on and give you my final thoughts on foundation. Okay, so I am back and it is now 8:20. So the foundation has been on for over 8 hours. Obviously it's evening time now, so the lighting is completely different. I hope you can see my foundation. Maybe I'll zoom in another bit actually. There you are, zoomed in another little bit, and this is how the foundation is looking. So I'll just grab my mirror. To me, this is unreal. I'm so impressed with it. I'm really happy. I still feel like oils, my natural oils, do come through a little bit. Like my nose a little bit around here, my chin, but it's not as oily as it normally would be. Normally with foundation, definitely would have broken up by now, and I always get creasing here like I said before. I don't have any. I have a tiny bit of wear on my nose. Not really down here. I'm really impressed with the wear of this foundation. It's probably one of the best wearing foundations I've ever tried. I'm really impressed with them. Super happy with it. So quickly before I go, I'm just going to try and take off, as you can see the patches are still in my hand. I'm going to try and take it off just with a regular micellar water. I was told that I will need more than micellar water to take this off because it's so long lasting. So I'm quickly just going to try that out now on camera to see how well micellar works to get it off. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's barely coming off. Like you can see how hard I'm rubbing. Okay. That just goes to show how long lasting this is. It won't really come off properly with the micellar water, so I'll probably have to use an oil-based cleanser to remove this. So this is super long lasting. I'm so shocked at that. I've never seen a foundation doing that. The only thing I've ever seen doing that is liquid lipsticks, where you'd need an oil to break it down, but obviously you need an oil to break down this foundation to get it off. So that obviously explains why it was so super long lasting. And as you can see, my spot is still concealed. 1 second, I'll zoom back in again. I'll zoom right in. So I hope you can see there, it's completely still concealed. And I promise you, I literally have not touched this foundation since I talked to you last. I haven't even buffed it in or anything. That's so good. I'm so happy with this foundation. Verging on, as in, I think this is my new holy grail. Really love this foundation. Super impressed with it. I know the lighting is a bit off. Shade wise, the 2.5, it does oxidize a little bit, so I'd be interested to see what way the 1.5 looks. Just out of curiosity to see. I'm not sure if there's SPF in this. Actually, that's one thing I didn't look up. Okay, so there's no listing on the box or on the bottle about an SPF, so I'm presuming there is no SPF in it. If I'm wrong, I'll put an annotation on the screen, but it's not listed as having an SPF, so I assume this would be really good for flash photography. Super long wearing. I'm really am impressed with it. Like I said, shade wise, I'd be curious to see what my shade 1.5 would look like, because it can oxidize a little bit, and I would stick to my earlier statement about if you're in between shades, I would go with the lighter one. So obviously you can see the wear throughout the day. I think it's unreal. I really hope it's picking up in the camera properly. It didn't feel sticky or heavy or cakey. I thought because it's a matte foundation, I was curious to see if it was going to be cakey or if it felt dry. It doesn't feel dry in the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It dried to a matte finish. I'm I really like this foundation. So that's my review for now. If anything changes, I will let you know. Hopefully it doesn't break me out or anything like that, but first impressions are really good. If you have any questions about them, leave them in the comments below, and yeah, let me know if you do try it out and what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.